Hey fam, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are doing good and having a great day. If you're not, please let me know what I do to help you. Until then, what I want to talk with you guys about today is selflessness. And I myself am included in this, but what I have seen from the majority of people is that there is this pre-notion against selfishness and a pre-notion for selflessness. Now, what I would say to that is that there must be a balance, right? There must be a balance because selflessness isn't always a good thing, just as selfishness isn't always a bad thing. And so there's a reason why these things have always existed, but there's also a reason why these things were also uh, balanced, not just to preserve the tribe through selflessness, but to preserve yourself through selfishness. So I can talk about selfishness another time, but I want to focus more on selflessness. You know, as men, we have this grand idea of self-sacrifice for the tribe, right? Stopping an overwhelming force to protect the rest of the tribe, ultimately giving our own lives, right? Or being a part of the warrior class, right? A leader or general, something like that, right? I mean, which is a part of the warrior class, but um, we have this pre-notion of this grand, massive self-sacrifice, right? And that is grand and all, but here's the thing: we always attach that image to selflessness, right? And then because we do that, we always assume that selflessness comes with sacrifice. Here's the thing: is that yes, it does come with sacrifice, but that sacrifice doesn't always have to compromise you. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm saying the balance is, or where it should be. Because if you are giving something away that you yourself do not have or you yourself need, it's not selflessness. Okay. It's compromise. And you can't give up something, one, that you don't have, and two, that you need yourself. Okay. Because that's really not helping anyone, if helping just one person. So give it if you have it. Okay. If you have extra of something that you can give away, then by all means, give it away. Okay. I'll give you an example. I myself am going through some financial struggles as a uh, disabled American veteran. And there's this cat that hangs around. Her name is Toto. Very sweet cat. And there have been quite a few times where she would ask me for food, right? And so what I have been doing is that I have been taking from Sky's food and giving it to, Toto. And I've been doing that for a while now. However, since times are tough, I have to focus more on Sky because she's my pet, right? And I will go hungry before she does. Okay. So there was a point in time when I had stopped giving her food because I couldn't give it, right? I had to preserve what was left for my tribe. Okay. That's where I'm saying if you can give, or if you have it, give it. But if you don't, preserve it. Because your tribe may need it. Okay. Now, selflessness, a good thing again, right? But when you have it, you can give it. And today, a good friend of mine took me to Walmart, right, to help me with groceries. And spent $54, right? But they had it to give, right? They had it to give. And so it's it's community building, right? He had in his tribe to give to, right, my tribe. Okay. And so now I'm good for the next little bit and I'll be fine, right? And so on and so forth. Now, I can give more to Toto because um, Sky got some more food. Another good friend of mine, Pat, had actually given me some dog food for Sky, and so um, I can spare a little bit more now, right? It shouldn't be this way, right? I shouldn't be struggling like this, but this it's the economy that we are in, right? But always give it. No, well, I mean, you can always give it is what I mean to say. You can always give it when you have it, but when you don't, you got to preserve it, right? And preserve it for yourself, preserve it for your tribe. Okay. Um, we have lived, prospered, existed in that way for thousands of years. Okay. It's not a bad thing to be selfish. It's not always a good thing to be selfless. You want to give, right? But you don't want to compromise yourself to give it to someone or something, right? And that's really what I wanted to talk about today is just that, right? And so, and it's not always about just giving food, giving money, giving your time. It's it's also about other things too, right? Giving giving your labor as well. I mean, it's what I'm saying is that it's a number of things that you can give, right? It's not just about money or food, right? It can be, again, your time, anything, right? um I'm still able to do some things, right? um some things that my disabilities uh will tolerate, I guess, as of right now anyways. And I was helping my buddy Dan with his backyard, right? And he's not exactly able to do that. And so I've taken him to the ER to get his foot looked at, right? I'll be heading down to Salem Monday to bring him back to the house and everything like that. And so quick update, Dan is doing fine. He's doing good, and he will be heading back home Monday. So quick update. But and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, right? But what I'm saying is, when you can give it, right? It's when you can't give it is when you shouldn't give it, right? You should preserve it. Um, because it's absolutely meaningless to give to someone else if you compromise yourself to do that. And unfortunately, a lot of men today are very, very guilty of doing that, right? And we can't do that. We can't do that because, as I've told you guys all throughout the channel, the history, channel history, all throughout the history of the channel, um, men are the ones who build, maintain, and ultimately destroy societies. And so, if we are not doing okay, everyone else falls. All right. So we have to make sure that we are doing fine, that we are doing okay. And sometimes that means asking for help. Okay. It means asking for help. It's okay to. It is okay to ask for help, especially in the times that we are in. One thing that I had to come to terms with is that Um, as I have become more disabled and have had to rely on my disability compensation, I I have had to look at things in a different perspective, right? We are in a very shitty economy that is not built for us. Matter of fact, it's built to exploit us and benefit the few at the top. So, as a single man who has this house, you know, I'm doing good, phenomenally good. And the fact that I'm doing what I'm able to do now, uh, especially since times today are rougher than what they were in the early 1900s, um, I'm extremely proud of the fact that I've gotten this far. Now I hope to get further, but we'll see. Anyways, it's okay to ask for help. I'm especially speaking to men here. If you need help, ask. Do not be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Okay? Because that's how you build a stronger bond with your tribe. I'm telling you that it there's no greater blessing. I'm not religious, but there's really I really don't know what other word to use for it besides blessing, right? There's no other blessing. There's no greater blessing than to have someone, right? A group of people around, and you know, Dan and Paul, these guys are veterans, um, and of course, you know, they're more than happy to give to me, especially, um, but they also know that I am more than happy to give back as well, and I do plan on it as soon as I can, as soon as I can, you know. But anyways, uh, it's always good to have a community, right? Tribe that is so willing to give when you need it. So don't be afraid to ask. Okay. You have to get out of this mindset that you always have to fix this. You always have to do things yourself. Now, to a certain degree, that is true. Okay. But this toxic society that we're in has led us to believe that as men, we have to do it ourselves. We cannot ask for help. And look, in a lot of sense, even when we do ask for help, we don't get it. That's true. But you also have to find a tribe that is perfectly fine with helping you when you need it, right? That will answer that call when you are calling for help. I know it's hard to find, but it can be found, right? It just may take you a little bit. So, and you can give back in other ways. It doesn't have to be with food, with money, right? But as I was saying earlier, with time, with labor, in anything, okay, anything you can give back with anything, right? So, um, yeah, yeah. Selflessness isn't always a good thing. Make sure you can balance it. Don't give yourself away, but when you have it, give it. Or I should rather, or rather, I would say this makes more sense. If you have it, give it, but don't give yourself away. Work to build communities. Okay. There's always a give and a take when it comes to society, when it comes to communities, especially families. So I hope I was able to help there, just giving some personal experiences, some lessons that I have learned, and hopefully they help you. And if they did, please like, share, subscribe, join the family, guys. Please help me to change this society for the better. Um, it's a it's an effort. It really is. It is a massive effort. But I hope that each video, each short, each word is inching us that much closer to a better society. That's my hope. That eventually one day we can turn all of this shit around and we can change things for the better. That's my hope. That all of us are prospering. Whether or not that actually plays out, I don't know. But I'm going to make a massive effort in that endeavor. So I would appreciate all of you on board for it. Guys, make sure you are taking care of yourselves, both mind and body. Take care of each other. I love you all. I wish you a lovely day. If you need me for anything, reach out. I'm always here. All right, guys. Bye, guys.